I wanted to touch on the role of government in a crisis situation. In this country and in our state, we have a government that is run by, for, and of the people. And the people have established national and state constitutions that place specific limits on the role of government in our lives. Those limits prevent us from taking draconian measures, much like the Chinese government has done and what we have seen. There also is some limits that keep us from taking some of the actions we've seen European governments take that limit citizens' rights. Our Constitution ensures the citizen's right is protected. I agree with the role of the government as set forth in our state and in our national Constitution. I took an oath to uphold these constitutions. My role in respect to public safety is something that I take very seriously. The people themselves are primarily responsible for their safety. They are the ones that are entrusted with expansive freedoms. They're free to exercise their rights to work, to worship, and to play, or to even stay home, or to conduct social distancing. Since the middle of February, I've been very clear that people need to take personal responsibility for their health and the well-being of their families. They should be practicing good hygiene. They should be washing their hands, practicing social distancing to make sure that we are stopping the spread of this virus in our state. Other than a select few, the work that the people of South Dakota have been doing has been tremendous and has been incredibly effective. We have been able to bend the curve a great deal. We have been able to make sure that we're keeping our hospital capacity at a manageable level, and we are continuing to push our peak day farther and farther out into the future. We have to remember that our objective here is not to stop the spread of this virus in the state of South Dakota. The science tells us that that is not possible. We cannot stop it. What we're trying to do is to slow the spread. We're trying to flatten the curve, and we're trying to make sure that our people and that our healthcare system are not overwhelmed. South Dakota is not New York City, and our sense of personal responsibility, our resiliency, and our already sparse population density put us in a great position to manage the spread of this virus without needing to resort to some of the measures that we've seen in some of these major cities, coastal cities, and in other countries. My team has put in some thoughtful, strategic, some guided measures by using science and facts and data to what is happening right here on the ground in South Dakota. The calls to apply for a one-size-fits-all approach to this problem in South Dakota is herd mentality. It's not leadership. My responsibility is to respect the rights of people and the people who elected me, to manage our state operations in a way that reflects the realities of what we have here on the ground in our state. On the foundation of my principles, common sense conservative values, and the principles that we hold dear in America, the facts, the science, and the data will guide our decision-making here in South Dakota. So I want to thank everybody for what they've been doing so far. We will get through this. It's incredibly important that we continue to take responsibility for our families, that we stay home. If we're not feeling well, we call our doctor, we practice social distancing, and we do what we can to make sure we're making good decisions for our communities and our families that live right here in South Dakota. And don't get focused on national news, focus on what you see in your communities and what will really work to help slow down the spread of this virus and make sure we're making the best decisions for the people that live here.